pardon the people who are accused of conspiring to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer?
I'm going to look at it. I will take a look at it. It's been brought to my attention. I did watch the trial. It looked to me like somewhat of a railroad job. I'll be honest with you. It looked to me like some people said some stupid things. You know, they were drinking, and I think they said stupid things. But I'll take a look at that. And a lot of people are asking me that question from both sides, actually.
Yeah, lots of people are asking, not just the reporter right there. Lots of Democrats are begging the president to track down the guys, including militia members, that planned to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer, blow up a bridge, and then do God knows what with her. We don't know. It's dark stuff, obviously. Everybody is begging the president, please, forget all of the problems facing America. We need justice for these guys who planned a brutal act of political violence. But honestly, look, I'm trying not to get too mad. I need to start to train myself not to freak out over these because we can't be surprised anymore. Remember, let's say he does that. Is that actually crazier than pardoning hundreds and hundreds of insurrectionists, including those who tried to beat the life out of cops with their bare hands, with fire extinguishers, with flagpoles, who ransacked the Capitol and might have murdered our elected officials? He already pardoned them. So sure, the Gretchen Whitmer kidnappers, why not? Track down every right-wing purveyor or planner of political violence and then release them out there. Spread the seeds of future violence. In fact, David DePape, the guy who crushed the skull of Nancy Pelosi's husband, when is he getting his pardon? Tomorrow, next week? Are you honestly saying that you don't believe that he would pardon that guy? I mean, Donald Trump is just finding those who've committed acts of political violence or planned them, and massive frauds. And in fact, in this segment, we have both of those for you because he's not taking a day off all this pardon. So he's planning that, he'll probably do it. He also found a celebrity to pardon, rapper YoungBoy Never Broke Again, who has a history of violent crimes and others. He pleaded guilty in 2024 to a federal gun charge. He's been released from federal prison. I don't know how he got on Donald Trump's radar, but he's out there, I guess. I don't know if this is a play to get his fans to vote for him next time or whatever. But again, you have the violence and then you have the corruption. He also pardoned former Connecticut Governor John Rowland, who pleaded guilty in 2004 to a 1 count of conspiring to commit tax fraud and depriving the public of honest service over 107 grand in gifts he accepted from companies doing business with the state. He also pardoned former US Representative Michael Grimm, New York Republican who resigned after being convicted of tax fraud. He also commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover, a Chicago gang leader who co-founded the Gangster Disciples and was convicted of murder in 1973. So again, any one of these would be the biggest scandal in the Biden administration for 3 months. But it's just, this is today's news of fraud and violence. People who, they didn't have questionable trials where the rules were broken, it wasn't a fair process. None of them I've seen have made amends for what they've done, taken responsibility for it. They've just committed the sorts of crimes he likes. You're supposed to take bribes, you're supposed to commit tax fraud. And if you disagree with someone, you should kidnap them and maybe murder them. These are moral acts. We are being reassured of that every day from the top, from Trump. Tory, I apologize for getting mad. I know we've been having a lot of fun, but I feel like we're doing these stories every day now. What do you think?
First of all, I appreciate you being so serious on this one because this is all of them is some of the scariest things I've seen. I do want to just let people know that this wasn't just a plan to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. They were hiding out. They were outside of her house. This was a credible threat of them taking her and possibly assassinating a sitting governor. I also want to say that Larry Hoover, the Gangster Disciples guy, this is a Kanye West push. The Ye team. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
and you know, he and Kanye have this weird relationship that they have. And is he going for, the votes of the black men that he's trying to get in some ways? He also pardoned Todd Chrisley, the reality stars,
yeah,
right?
We did that yesterday.
Oh, did you? Okay, so I'm behind of all of this craziness, but
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, like it drives me mad because I understand pardons can be a bit controversial, right? But the pardon itself is for what you said, corruption, problems, or fear of what might happen to them in the future. And now he's just transactional. It's just currying favor. If you helped my family, we'll help you out. That is not the way pardons are supposed to be run. And it leaves him open with an unbounded amount of power to pardon people because it helps his family. And when he does it with violence, that's what got you, I think. The violence of these people and the easy way of allowing the pardon, if you are currying favor with me, is so disgusting. It's so transparent. It's so anti-democracy. And so I really feel your anger here. I fear who else he's gonna pardon, because it also does this to you, John. It dangles that silver shiny object, right? While he goes and does something else, we're gonna be talking about this pardon and miss something else. This is a lot of
probably,
look over here. Exactly. So these are big names that are gonna get a lot of talk in a lot of talk shows, and it's gonna take over the cycle. And what he's gonna do is slip things under the radar while the Chrisleys get the news cycle, right? Or Larry Hoover gets the news cycle. Insane people get the news cycle.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I feel though, and maybe I'm wrong, like, can the Democrats not create some sort of narrative out of Donald Trump going around the country taking the rich a-holes who defrauded people, robbed them of their investments, committed a variety of different types of fraud, just went and scammed people? He is the patron saint of scam artists.
Amen.
And like, can they not do something with this?
No,
let alone the violent people.
No, it's unbridled power, which scares me, unless it's a state charge, because Larry Hoover will be facing state charges in Illinois still. But I do think the Democrats need to make a story about this. This needs to be brought into the social media world in a digestible way of how disgusting this is. But we don't do that well. We just don't message well, and it sucks. It just stinks, and then this gets through, and this gets through, and this gets through. And let me just say this. He isn't the patron saint. He learned from Roy Cohn, and I hope you guys know who that is, the teacher, the beginner of all this, that you pardon and you get favor of anybody you want, no matter how evil. That is disgusting, despicable behavior, and he learned it from his person, Roy Cohn.
Yeah, and so by the way, I'd like to take your metaphor and add another layer to it. So is it a shiny object that we have to cover? Yes. I mean, the issue is that, like, I feel like in the first term, we or others in the media might be accused of like chasing a statement that's a shiny object, just a thing that he's saying, and it's just But this is the thing that he did.
True.
It happened, and it's terrible. But then the other thing is, he's dangling this sort of behavior out to anyone who's in prison or has someone they care about that's in prison. Give him some money.
Yeah,
you probably get him out. Like, if you found out that rapper turns around and buys $10 million of Trump coins next week, would anyone be surprised? Then would anything happen?
No,
nothing would happen. Literally nothing.
No, it's all transactional. You help me out, I'll give you a pardon. That's not the way it's supposed to be. No. That's not how it was supposed to work.
Not at all. And honestly, I don't even think I can get ahead of the next pardons. Like David DePape, I think could totally get it. Some people are saying Cosby.
Oh
is
God,
Harvey
George
Weinstein
Santos?
still alive?
Right,
Santos,
I've heard George Santos, but like those
Weinstein get out. If Andrew Tate gets arrested, like whatever, rapists, fine, murderers, it's fine, terrorists, we don't care. Like, I'm just not interested. They're good people because they like Trump.
That's right.
Jesus, we're in a dark place. Where is that bumper sticker when you need it? Anyway,
we should toast to it. It all sucks.
It all sucks.